this brand so much. And if you think about, the brand's 57 years old. It shouldn't feel that way to you. It should feel probably, hip and current, and I think we do a good job of that. But for 57 years, our number 2 selling item is the bean burrito. I say all the time, we're OG vegetarian. We have been vegetarian since before vegetarian was a thing. It's our number 2 item, and it has been, and people love the bean burrito. If you haven't had one recently, go get one. It's an amazing product. Refried beans, a little red sauce, you can get it with or without the onions, I prefer it without. Tomatoes, like all wrapped up in a warm tortilla. It's delicious, and people know it. We are the only QSR certified by the American Vegetarian Association, and we have been. And so not only can you get our refried beans, you can sub out any of our proteins for the refried beans. You can also sub out any of our proteins with black beans, which are also delicious. So a lot of vegetarians have been using us as sort of their choice when they need convenient, fast, healthy food. But a lot of people also come in just because they want to eat less meat, and so we're a great choice for them. Look, the team talked to the Beyond Meat people and the Impossible Burger people, and we've had them in, and look, we serve 47 million people a week in America, so lots of vendors want to come talk to us. So they've all been in, we've tasted their product, and we've thought about it, but we realized, like again, in a category of one way, playing our book is using the stuff that's already there, which is refried beans, black beans. How do we actually highlight that we have delicious items like the Crunch Wrap Supreme? If you sub out the seasoned ground beef and put black beans in that, you're gonna be very happy. It's delicious, really delicious stuff. So really proud of like what we've been able to do there, and just again, kind of playing our game in our own way.
And on the innovation side, on your app, you can...
If you think about trends in America today, what Taco Bell's been building for the last 30 years has been freestanding drive-thrus in suburbia. Nobody wants to live in suburbia anymore, right? People are moving to urban centers. That's where jobs are happening. Think about the urban growth that's happening. Think about, there are 16-year-olds out there who don't want to drive, right? That's really different than when many people in this room were kind of growing up and your license was like your freedom. People now don't want to drive. So we're trying to get in front of that and think about how the restaurant concept will evolve. Knowing that we're going to be less dependent on drive-thrus and thinking about where people are moving to in these urban centers, So where do we find different plots of real estate? How do we think about our concept in these spaces? And it's really been an amazing journey for us thinking through that. So we have the Cantina concept as well, which is that urban inline, but where we've also added in alcohol. So looking at the demographics of the area, thinking, hey, we're near a stadium, we're near a college campus, a place where people might want to come in and have a beer with their tacos, like go figure. It's actually really working out well for us and really a fun concept.
And even your traditional restaurants are adapting, and nothing's cookie cutter anymore. That was sort of the way fast food used to be. Do you see that totally changing?
Yeah, I'm super passionate about the restaurant experience because I think while consumers' needs are evolving, right? And like Nancy last night wanted her Taco Bell dreams to come to her door. She wanted to sit on her couch and eat her tacos. Some people want to do that with Nancy. Some people want to eat it in their car. Some people want to come into a great space with their friends. Our positioning of the brand is actually about being the social experience of food, which is why I kind of told you to bring your neighbors over last night. But so we try to do that in new and exciting ways, right? So we think about the restaurant as a place where you might want to gather. Sometimes you want to just come in and come out, and you're on your lunch hour and you've got to get a quick meal. How do we make it easy for you to get in and out, remove the friction from that situation? Or hey, you want to meet up with some friends and you want to do something really different, come in, grab a plate of shareables, grab a taco party pack, and sit down and have a beer and a Taco Bell. So we're really thinking through what those experiences look like, how they should feel. And I think the other great thing about our brand is when I say Taco Bell, you have an image in your mind. It probably is about food first, maybe secondarily about our advertising campaigns, because we're out there a lot with some really great work. But our restaurant is probably not the first 2 things you think about. Or maybe you do, maybe you have a real nostalgic view of it. You think about our old mission-style buildings or things like that. So we're really trying to figure out how to make our restaurant experience equal our brand experience. So much more to come in that space as we continue to evolve and grow.
How many do you plan to build of this urban non-drive-through concept?
Yeah, we haven't really publicly announced any numbers. We're just really going where the opportunity is. It's interesting because if you think about what I said about how Taco Bell's grown in the last 30 years, we've built a lot of suburban freestanding drive-thrus. the opportunity for us is to go into a lot of these urban centers, like a Seattle, like a San Fran, like a New York. We just opened 3 restaurants in New York City, literally in Q4 of last year, which it's been kind of a barren spot for us. Meanwhile, a lot of people have a lot of restaurants there. So we haven't really put a number out there because we're really kind of taking those deep urban geographies and really kind of going deep in them to really figure out what the right density for us is, especially pairing that with delivery. Right, so really trying to figure out how we approach some of these geographies differently.
So you don't really know performance quite yet, since drive-thrus really generate for QSR a lot, 60-70% of the revenue.
No, they're performing really well, so we're building more. We're excited about the footprint and the whole 9 yards. I think for us, it's, if you think about what we just did in Manhattan, we built one on 8th and 50th, 51st and 8th. We built one on 34th and 8th, and then we built another one right down on 23rd and 7th. So kind of like to see density-wise, is that enough? Like they're pretty close together. Can we get the delivery thing right? So we're just really trying to figure out what's the right kind of coverage area for us.
I want to move on to the video talked about merchandising, hot sauce, packet onesies, and holiday sweaters. You have a merchandising background from Starbucks. What did you bring to Taco Bell? Did you want to ramp up the merchandising, and how is the retail important?
Yeah, I would say, one, the team was already working on that before I got there. The thing that you saw in the video was a collaboration that the marketing team put together with Forever 21, which was so exciting and literally sold out in minutes. Like the stuff that, you can still buy some of those pieces on eBay, but they're way more expensive than what they sold for. It was such a hot idea. But merch is a great area to really bring your brand expression to life, and it's something that we're spending some time thinking about. The other place where I've really leaned in with the brand is gift card, because the gift card business is just such a great business, especially for a brand like Taco Bell that has such accessible price points. You give somebody a $10 card at Taco Bell, Nancy couldn't even spend